Hi Leos, today we're going to be doing a 2023 yearly overview. I'm going to pull a card for each month of 2023 and see what's going on for you. And then with another deck, I'm going to see what's going to be going on in each area of your life by looking at each house of the zodiac and pulling a card for each house. Okay, so we're starting out with the Death card. So a strong transformative start to the year. Okay, we have the Moon card that came out reversed. Also the Death card kind of came out reversed. We have the Five of Wands that fell on the floor in reverse. Then the Four of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. So we are definitely starting out strong with, starting out the year with strong energies with the Death card and the Moon card, since they're both major arcanas. We've got the Three of Cups for July, Five of Pentacles for August. Three of Pentacles for September. Wheel of Fortune in October. Okay, so it looks like the start of the year and around August there could be some challenging times, but I'm glad that we're ending on a positive note in December with the Empress. So I mean, if you're feeling apprehensive about this year or you're struggling a bit this year, just remember that you have December to look forward to with the Empress card. I'm getting the phrase good things come to those who wait, which is, there's truth to it. You might be having to like put in time and effort this year and you're not seeing the results straight away, or you'll see the most results by the end of the year. And this is going to be relating to how you nurture yourself and look after yourself, and taking the time to take care of yourself. Very interesting that the Empress card is like pulling me towards reading it, and it's like for December. So for all of the other signs, I've been starting right from the start, but this time with you Leos, I'm like drawn to this Empress card in December. So I think it's really important this year that you remember there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and you're going to be like coming back stronger as ever, but not in a doesn't have to be like a super aggressive way, but in like a gentle empowerment kind of way. You're by the end of the year, you're going to be feeling a lot more calm and at peace with yourself, and looking after yourself. So at the start of the year in January, we have the Death card. So there's some major transformations going on, and it could be because some external circumstances have changed. There could have been some kind of ending. But let's clarify to get a little bit more out of that. So we have the Seven of Swords and Six of Pentacles. This could mean that you're coming to a realization that someone is taking more than they're giving, and that there isn't an equal share of give and take in a situation. This could be relating to a job or someone that you're associating with in any kind of relationship. There aren't any Cups cards here coming out in relation to the Death card, but this is general. So it could be like really any kind of relationship, but it could also be particularly relating to work or even the relationship that you have with yourself inside. So there's a sense that someone is giving way more. There's not an equal give and take here. So you could be giving a lot to someone and they're just taking and not giving as much back. And it could be that you're becoming aware of this, and so you're putting an end to it, and you could have felt cheated and deceived, and like someone was trying to sneakily get the upper hand in a situation. The bruised knee on this person is really standing out to me, which has never stood out to me before. So if you're hurting your knee during January, or someone else has a bum knee, a really like kind of struggling knee, maybe watch out for that person or be aware of that person. Also, like maybe a broken leg or something. This area is really standing out to me. The shoe that he's wearing, like the boot, it's like making me think that someone has some kind of damage to their legs from like the knee below. So knee or shin or calf, and there's something wrong with that. Which is interesting because your opposite sign is Aquarius, and I'm pretty sure Aquarius rules the calves and like lower legs and ankles. So yes, there could even be a situation where someone is pretending to not have as much as they do just so that they can get more out of you, and someone's thinking that they're getting away with this. It could be that someone has been hurt and they're just really playing it up and pretending to be more sick than they really are so that they can get a lot out of you. This could even be like a situation with the government. If you are getting government payments or like anything from the government, it could be that you're playing up a illness so that you're able to get more support out of that, which isn't like necessarily a bad thing, but someone's being really sneaky about it. And there's just a big sneakiness around resources and finances and security and the give and take. It could even be that someone's just like straight up trying to steal everything that they give to you and like get away and run away with it. But with the Death card, there's a sense of ending to it. There's an ending of a situation. So if anyone has been like taking from you a lot more than they're giving, there's going to be an ending to that situation. Like the time is up for that situation or that karmic connection. Yeah, I don't really use the word karmic much, but it was giving me a karmic situation, like karmic retribution or something like that. Anyway, there's an end being put to it, and it could be that you're putting an end to a habit or behavior of your own where you give out too much and receive little in return. So it could be that you're establishing more boundaries around the energy and finances and material support that you give to other people. And it could also have to do with prioritizing giving yourself more time and energy and focus and security, focusing on giving those things to yourself more than you're giving to other people. In February, we have the Moon card, which has to do with like subconscious things, fears, secrets, things that we're not aware of. So it's very much a subconsciousness card. Something has to come to light, something that you're not aware of. In February, it's partly Aquarius season, which will be activating your 7th house. So this could definitely have to do with what is happening in January. Those months are tying in together, where in January you're realizing the truth of a situation and putting an end to it, and then in February it's highlighting your relationships with like one-on-one relationships with other people, and you're exploring things that you didn't know about, some secrets that were kept from you, using your intuition and exploring your subconscious minds and patterns and habits and behaviors so that you can get a deeper understanding of how to overcome the obstacles that you've been experiencing in your one-on-one personal relationships with other people. And it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be it's just a one-on-one partnership with really anybody and of any kind of connection. Then, okay, wait, let's clarify it. So we have the Knight of Swords clarifying the Moon card. So I think that there's just going to be a lot of fast-paced energy in looking at your subconscious patterns and behaviors, and a lot of energy and focus and time spent on your thoughts and possibly the negative thoughts that are holding you back, the negative subconscious patterns and behaviors that are holding you back. There's a lot of like fast, quick-paced energy being put into that area of life for you. Or it could be that you're coming to a realization through somebody else about your own subconscious patterns and behaviors. Then in March, we have the 5 of Wands. So you could be having some kind of conflict around March. Yep, let's pull some clarifiers. So we did get a few different cards coming out. We have 5 cards, ironically, that came out to clarify. The cards that came face up are the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So there could be the 5 of Wands typically does represent a battle and conflict between actual people, but with the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Wands coming out like this, it definitely has to do with people. Conflict with people, but because there's also so many cards coming out to clarify it, I think that there's a lot of energy that's going into this and that's going on with this, and it could be a bit exhausting for you. But I think you could be dealing with a sensitive type person who might be like less experienced and less mature than you are, especially with the Queen of Wands coming out. So I think you're definitely the one who's in power here, and there could be just like a conflict of personalities. But let's look at the other cards. We have the Ten of Wands. So this is a highly exhausting situation and conflict, and it's one that you don't want to be in at all. It's like, you know that it's a waste of your time, so why even bother fighting and being involved in this conflict? Then we have the Judgment card after the Knight of Cups, and this is going to be some kind of awakening and realization, possibly realizing that someone is too sensitive for you to be in conflict with, in battle and in argument with, and it's waking up this side of yourself that could be a little bit aggressive and passionate for some people, and you're learning yourself in that matter. Now this could have something to do with a relationship, and it could be a romantic or friendly in nature, but could also have something to do with the home. It could also indicate a older child that you have, and there could just be conflict between you at home. It has something to do with like sensitivities and somebody's needs not being met, or there's just like a general like disinterest, but not disinterest. It's like a conflict between somebody's interests and a personality clash. But whatever this situation is, it's like you want it to be over. Like, it's exhausting and it needs to end. Then in April we have the Four of Wands. So yeah, with the clarifying cards that came out for the Five of Wands, it could definitely be related to a home and family situation, but I think you'll be overcoming that and finding a way to find peace from the situation, find a way to resolve the conflict, and then in April you're going to have a lot more of a calmer, soothing time, especially at home and with family. It could be that someone is moving out of your home because you just don't get along well with each other, and this is going to make your home life a lot more peaceful. Yeah, so we have the Fool card clarifying the Four of Wands. So maybe you're even moving into a new home. Maybe you're moving out of a home and you're going to be living alone, or there's just a change in your home and family circumstances, but there's definitely a sense of newness, a sense of adventure, a sense of taking a leap of faith. But whatever it is, I think it's going to be successful and you're going to be happy. It could also be taking the chance on moving in with a partner and potentially starting a family together, or buying a home together, moving into a new home together, meeting each other's family, having each other's family come and stay over, especially if they live like in different cities or different states. But I think that's going to be a lovely time for you in April. Then in May, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is a time where you're going to be taking your sweet time with some kind of practical endeavor that you have, or a relationship that you have, a relationship or project or endeavor or work that contributes to your sense of security and safety. Whatever it is, you're going to be stable and taking your time and really thinking and planning out how it is you want to get to this goal, like what you want to achieve and how you're going to achieve it. I think you already have a sense of what it is you want to do. You're just really taking the time to be methodical and planning out how you get there and how you continue on your path and progress to that goal. Okay, my phone storage just got full, so I had to delete some stuff, but we're back again. So, clarifying the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so with the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Cups reversed and the World card reversed. So this could be relating to a relationship with another person that was going wrong, that was kind of like stopping and starting and just like potentially not getting off the ground and not having a smooth sailing path. This could have been relating to whatever was happening here with the Five of Wands. But I think that there's really going to be a focus on making this relationship happen and figuring out how it can go more smoothly. And it could be that you went in too fast into a relationship or situation with someone or a project, and you're realizing that now is the time in May to just take a slower, steady pace and be patient and really build something from the very bottom with a very secure, stable foundation, so that you don't end up having a tower moment, which could have happened. Like maybe you moved in too quick with someone or something, and rushing it just made things like happen not in a good way. Like things kind of crumbled down like the tower because things weren't built on a stable, solid foundation. And so with the Knight of Pentacles there in May, I think like ultimately what you're trying to do is take your time to be patient, and so that you can build a solid, steady foundation. Something that will ultimately lead to a powerful sense of security and safety. With the Ace of Cups in June, we have in June we have the Ace of Cups. So this could I think another sign got this, can't remember which one, but had the Ace of Cups in the same position. So this is relating to something that hasn't physically manifested yet, but you're definitely feeling some kind of emotional passion towards creating something that will like emotionally satisfy you. We'll definitely pull some clarifiers for it, but it's in the very starting manifestation stage, where it could just be a thought or a feeling at the current time in June, but it's like a seed that you want to water and grow and watch physically manifest. But because it's a Cups card, it doesn't necessarily have to be physical. It could just be like an attitude and feeling within yourself that you want to grow, which could be like an inner sense of security or an inner sense of emotional stability and safety and security within yourself. So yeah, I'm getting with the Hanged Man that came out, that it's very similar to this energy in May, where it's very slow and it could be a bit boring for you, but the message that I'm getting is you're learning how to take care of your own emotional needs, so that like if someone else is being too slow for you in that matter, or if someone else isn't fulfilling you in that way, I think it's talking about learning to like satisfy your own needs and give yourself your own sense of fulfillment if someone else is taking too long, or if you can't wait that long for somebody, or if in the meantime while you're building up this connection, you're focusing on how you can get your own emotional needs fulfilled and met. Especially since we also have the Page of Cups here too. It's a really immature, but not in a negative sense, just it's a only tiny bit of experience card relating to emotions, because it's cups. So I think you're in the beginning stages of learning how to nurture yourself and fill your own cup. But especially if you're waiting on someone, if you're waiting on a relationship or project to mature and develop, and you have this sense of impatience because you're a fire sign, and so yeah, you're trying to learn about what makes you happy, what your needs are, and how you can get those met. But you're definitely planting seeds for the future, emotionally, so that you can feel more content, basically. Then in July, we have the Three of Cups, which I'm not surprised because Leo season starts in July. So you're probably going to be having a really lovely time with friends. If your birthday is in July, I think you're going to have a really lovely time with your friends or family, and could be going out and celebrating and just having a really lovely time. So yeah, you're definitely getting some kind of offer. Well, actually, no, it doesn't have to be an offer, but you're planting seeds. You're thinking about what it is you want to do in July, regarding hanging out with like-minded people. And with the Six of Cups, it could even be that you're having a reunion with someone that you haven't seen in a long time. Someone from your childhood, could be a friend, could be family, siblings, cousins, really any kind of family, but someone that you have had happy, fond past memories with, and could be someone that you knew in your childhood, but doesn't necessarily have to be. Could be any amount of time ago. I would say at least over a year ago, or at least over a few years ago, that you had made these really lovely bonding connections and memories with someone. And you're going to could be a celebrating reunion, and there could be you're taking a step towards hanging out with these people again, or this person, and I think it's going to be a really lovely, beautiful time for you. Then with the Five of Pentacles in August, I was getting the feeling you don't want to overdo it and overindulge with the Three of Cups in July, because you could be experiencing a sense of insecurity, possibly regarding your finances. If you go too hard partying, there could be a little bit of loss in finances, and yeah, it'll just be a real bummer for you in August. I don't really see it being a major disruption to your life, just in the sense that you might not have as much money or resources that you thought you would in August to be able to sustain the comfortable lifestyle that you've been used to. But I'll definitely clarify it. So we have the King of Pentacles there, clarifying the Five of Pentacles. So this could be relating to being shut out from a connection with someone who was potentially giving you money. It could be an ending to a relationship of a relationship where the person was providing you with money or some kind of security, materially or financially. And it could be that it doesn't have to be like a complete ending to the connection or to the transaction, but there is a little bit of a break or some kind of breakdown within that connection. It could be that you're maybe having to change jobs, so you're losing a job, and so you're going to be feeling a little bit lost and a little bit insecure for August. But I still don't think it's going to be like a major nuisance to you. I think that there's just going to be a little bit of concern in August surrounding your finances and material security. But also with the King of Pentacles there, it could be like a good sign, a good omen that that there is somebody of the King of Pentacles nature who will be there to support you if you're lacking in something that you really need. But then aside from that, going on to September, we have the Three of Pentacles. So if you do lose a job, or if you do lose like some form of support, some kind of important resource in your life or security, I see with the Three of Pentacles that you're going to be working together on a new project or working with some other people to create a like a new stream of income or a new avenue of security. And yeah, so that's something to look forward to. That's a good omen in this circumstance. So we have the Ace of Swords and the Four of Cups reversed, clarifying the Three of Pentacles. So this could be like a brand new idea and inspiration that you've had for some kind of project that you are working on with other people. With the Four of Cups, it could have been something that you weren't happy about at first, and this Four of Cups came up with the clarifying the Three of Cups as well. So it could be that you and someone that you're close with, a friend or someone like that, had been thinking of ideas for a project you wanted to work on together, but you're feeling a bit adverse to it and apprehensive. This could even be like in relation to someone you haven't seen in a while and you were a bit apprehensive to like seeing them again, or like you were shut out in the cold by them, or you shut them out in the cold. But it's like you're coming back together, you're rethinking the situation with like a new perspective, with new clarity, some new insight, and you're realizing like, oh, maybe I should try this out again. Like maybe I should just give it a test run and see how it goes. And I think that's going to be the energy for you in September. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune in October, which is really interesting. I'm getting that this is a sign of good luck for October. If things are feeling a bit out of control, or like you're losing control, or you don't know, you just feel like you don't have control and power over something, it's important to remember to try and find security in the fact that things are happening the way they're supposed to happen, and the universe has plans for you that you might not be aware of, but the wheel is turning in your favor, and the universe is giving you blessings that may feel like a blessing in disguise. So it might not be apparent to you in the moment. In fact, it may feel like a bit of a burden, but like at the end of the day, there's like, in hindsight, you're going to see that it's like a blessing in disguise. And like ultimately whatever comes to happen is what is supposed to happen, and that is something that you can feel secure in if you're feeling a sense of like no control or power. The universe is the thing that has power and control in the situation. So it's kind of like relieving a sense of burden in a sense, because you don't have to have control and power over everything. But it's comforting to know that something or someone does, and that something or someone is the universe in whichever form, in whichever way it comes up, in whichever way the universe decides to present itself. Yes, okay, so I kept talking about how there could be like a sense of loss, of power and control. And the Knight of Swords has come out first, which I think that was clarifying the moon card earlier in February, like relating to your subconscious patterns and habits and behaviors. And so it could be this Wheel of Fortune, whatever's happening in October, could be relating to your subconscious patterns and behaviors and thought processes and beliefs. And it's like all a matter of being able to like cut through the facade, cut through the like false anxieties and worries, and get to the heart and the root of the matter, the truth, which is that you can handle anything, basically. And then we have the Tower card, which is really relating to the sense of loss of power and control that I was talking about with the Wheel of Fortune. So if something is crumbling to the ground, basically don't worry. Which can be hard to do when a tower moment happens, but it's like it can be a time where you're feeling really unsteady, unstable, and unsafe in circumstances or within yourself. And it could be through like some really quick news that's coming in, some really quick insight, either from within yourself, from your guides, from your spirit guides, from your guardian angels, from the universe, or from someone else near you. You could be getting this tower moment information, but it's important to know that things are happening for a reason. Things are happening the way that they're meant to, and there's going to be significant growth and blessings after this situation. So it could be something that is shaking you a little bit in October, but it could be important to find your sense of security and safety in some form of spirituality or religion, with like believing, knowing that the universe is there for you, or God is there for you, and that you are always protected, like spiritually, if not physically and emotionally, or like physical relationship wise. Then in November, I think you're coming back stronger than ever from whatever this situation in October that happened. I think you're really like cracking down on work that needs to be done. You're really focusing on what needs to be done. You could be like rebuilding your life, or rebuilding a relationship, rebuilding your sense of security. But there's something that you're really focusing on hard, and like you're really sticking to a plan or a goal or a path, and you're just cracking down on it, and you're focusing really hard, getting your ducks in a row, getting your life in order. Oh yeah, okay, so this could be focusing on a relationship, a romantic relationship, or just a relationship with an older masculine or older man who is really mature with their emotions and who can really support you. You could be focusing on a relationship of that kind and really working on that and putting your focus and attention on that. Or it could be that you're really focusing on the life that you want to have, a life that is truly emotionally and soulfully fulfilling for you. And you're putting your focus and time and energy on, and your love and your emotions onto things that make you genuinely happy, which is home and family, things that support you and fulfill you emotionally. That's basically what it is. You're putting your time and effort into things that really matter to you, which is strong emotional and soulful connections that make you feel really good. But yeah, you're definitely working hard on creating the life that you want to live, and your version of the picture perfect life. That's what you're working toward, and you're working hard on it. And I think that's going to be like, that's a really good omen. I'm getting good omens a lot. Never really talked about good omens much, but it's, that phrase is like coming out to me in this reading. So you could be into seeing signs, or you just happen to see signs a lot in general, and like you believe in omens. So I'm getting a lot of good omen energy in this reading. But I really like the energy for November going into December. It's like kind of like a completion. You've come to a completion where like there's a sense of completion, but in a really good way. You've worked so hard to get to a level of fulfillment, and by December you have reached a kind of level of fulfillment. And it doesn't have to be like the very last fulfillment, but there's definitely a sense of completion and fulfillment on some level. You have reached some kind of level of fulfillment. Okay, it's clearly like a strong message. You'd even be impressed with the amount of effort and hard work that somebody else has been putting into a relationship or a connection with you. Yeah, so I see a lot of time and energy and passion that has been put into creating this Empress energy. A lot of lovely communication with other people and potentially travel, just doing things that make you happy overall, things that are really nurturing to you, things that make you feel good. That's really like the strongest message here. Mothering yourself, delighting yourself, putting yourself in that Empress energy where you just feel lovely. Okay, so now let's move on to looking at each area of your life through the zodiac houses. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is going to be a very powerful year for you, Leos. Having the King of Wands in the first house, you are moving through this year and life like a complete boss. Like you are in control. You know what you're doing, you know where you're headed, you know what you want, you know what you're passionate about and what you love, and you're just going out there and getting it, and you're completely owning it. Like that is a really good sign. You're really in your element for this year. We have the Hierophant representing the second house. So you could be, this is a card of marriage, to be honest, in the second house. It's giving very Taurian vibes. I think the Hierophant is a card associated with Taurus, and Taurus is the sign that naturally corresponds to the second house. And the second house is about your finances, your personal income, and material security, but it's also about family and values. So with the Hierophant there's like a sense of traditionalism with your values, and could be going about your finances and family relationships in a very traditional way. But the Hierophant can also represent like the person who like gets you married, or like a traditional spiritual or religious figure. And so yeah, it could be someone that someone who marries you. But I see you being very traditional with your values and the way that you spend your money or earn your money. So we have the King of Swords and Eight of Cups that flew out basically together. Like I literally thought it was only the Eight of Cups, and then I picked it up and it was the King of Swords. So this is representing your third house, communication and travel and thoughts and learning. Has to do with the mind and even siblings and neighbors, but communication of any kind. You could be being very straightforward and very smart and intellectual in your communication. But it could also be that you're definitely setting boundaries and like cutting ties with people who don't respect your boundaries. There is like a sense of loss in communication or travel, but you're definitely like not letting it overtake you. I think it's just really strongly pointing to sticking to your boundaries and your values and beliefs and like asserting those things and going about your life in a way that is true to who you are and like what you think. And but even there could be a sense that in your communication you could be a little bit too straightforward, a little bit too truthful or blunt, and so this could cause like a loss, some sense of loss or sadness with people, or like people you're in communication with. So there could be like a message to be a little bit more gentle if it like when it comes to people that you care about. But I think if like someone is really disrespecting you, or you're having a battle of some kind, you're not afraid to say like the truth, and you're not afraid of it coming to an outcome where somebody walks away. Someone else could be walking away, or you could be walking away from a situation that you know doesn't serve you, especially in matters of communication. And with those cards there, it could indicate that you're a bit more aggressive and assertive and clear cut during communication with people. Okay, we have the Five of Cups representing the fourth house. Now, this could be relating to a grieving, a mourning over like your inner sense of security, but this could be a experiencing grief and loss to do with home and family in general. Like maybe you are moving home, and you could be very attached to the family or to the home that you were living in. And there's just a sense of loss and grief with whatever you're moving on from. But so it could feel like a kind of dark time for you, but I don't think it's going to be overpowering. I think it's like good to remember that everything is temporary, but especially your feelings of sadness and grief, and it's important to give yourself time and support to grieve the way that you need to, but also remember that it's only temporary and that you will start to feel better. And I think that at the most, like it's just going to feel, it could feel consuming and like the most intense during like 1 month. And it will start to get easier. So you just have to like take it day by day, take it moment by moment when it feels really overwhelming, and just make sure that you have the support that you need when it comes to home and family. Then for the fifth house, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So you could find it's like definitely pointing to wanting to do things independently when it comes to creative projects, but you're definitely seeing yourself flourish and shine when it comes to creative projects, which I'm really not surprised with Leos. I mean, you rule the fifth house, you rule creativity and creative projects. And there is a very like independent kind of energy, or like boss type of energy, when it comes to Leo. So there can be like a reticence to work together with people on creative projects. You really want to have control over like the creative direction, especially when it comes to like personal projects that you're really passionate about and that you hold close to your heart. But whatever creative project that is happening for you, I see it flourishing, and I see you flourishing doing it. In the 6th house, we have the Queen of Cups. So that's a very lovely energy. I think in your day-to-day life, you could be connecting more with a motherly, nurturing type of energy. Like your friendships and your dealings with other people are going to be like very kind and empathetic and nurturing. You're going to be taking on this energy in your day-to-day life. But especially when it comes to your health, and especially your emotional and like spiritual health. But also like health just overall in general, like any kind of health you can think of, but especially relating to like your emotional health, and like then with that also your mental health. And this could even be meaning that you're seeing a therapist or a counselor more regularly. Doesn't have to be. It could be like alternative methods of healing, feminine type of healing that you're doing regularly. But yeah, that's a really lovely card. I see your health being like really healing. There's just a lot of healing going on in like every aspect of health that you could think of for you. Okay, so we have the 6 of Swords representing your 7th house, so your one-on-one relationships. You are definitely getting away from connections that don't serve you, connections that have just been nothing but trouble and frustration and chaos. You're not dealing with anything that disturbs your peace, and you're sailing right away from negative energy, from chaotic energy, into smoother relationships and partnerships. For the 8th house, we have the 4 of Pentacles, which is really interesting. There is a lot to do with protecting yourself, and I think it has to do with protecting your vulnerability, and definitely protecting your finances, or protecting the finances that you share with a partner, protecting your in-laws. There's definitely like a strong sense of protecting material security, financial security, but also emotional security and vulnerability. A lot to do with protection and security, holding on to things. Yep, that's like the main message. And then 8 of Pentacles for the 9th house. So it could be studying a higher level of study. It could be really working hard towards study, learning something new. Could be spirituality or religion, philosophy, really anything like that. You're working hard on 9th house matters. Could even be that you're working hard at your job in general so that you can save up money to go traveling. You could even be learning a different language, or learning about the culture of other people. Yes, working hard on 9th house matters. So higher education and philosophies, beliefs, opinions, religion, spirituality, travel, and foreigners are a thing that you're working hard on. An area of life that you're putting lots of energy into. In the 10th house, we have the Ten of Swords. So there could be, yes, oh, this is coming out in the Wheel of Fortune card. So this could have to do with whatever life-changing thing. Oh my goodness. And then the wheel is on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so this could have something to do with your reputation or your career and how the world sees you. Something is coming to an end, something is changing completely, but you have to remember that it's for the better. It could be a painful ending, but you need to remember to have the right kind of support when you need it. Get your ducks in a row. Make sure that you have access to the support when you need it, and just remember that things are temporary and that eventually you will overcome the grief of a situation, and just to take things day by day or moment by moment so things don't seem as overwhelming. For the 11th house, we have the Judgment card. So there is a sense of finding out who you truly are and finding out where you fit within a group and networks and social circles. Like finding your true self, but also finding your true like soul family, finding your true group and where like you truly belong in the world, and finding where you like truly fit into in groups of any kind. Yeah. Like putting your true self out there, expressing your true self, and that's what's going to be the focus for 11th house matters, is that you're finding your true calling, and through that you're finding like your true soul family, your tribe. You're finding where you like which groups and networks and things like that, where you're finding out like where you truly fit, like what is truly meant for you, where you truly belong in the world and in society. And it's coming from finding out who you truly are on the inside, and finding like your authentic self and being true to who you are, taking away a facade that you just learned through your life and through experience, and becoming less of what society wants you to be and becoming more true to who you really are on the inside. So for the 12th house, for subconscious matters, we have the Five of Swords. So it could be that, yeah, you were dealing with this really harsh battle or deceit or loss, and it's been really hard for you in the subconscious area. There could be this sense that you've faced so much nasty defeat and challenges and complications with people, that it's like taken a toll on you, and you're kind of like it's like me against the world, or everyone's out to get me. And it's learning about those subconscious patterns and behaviors and thoughts, and shining a light on that, and learning how to have more faith and trust in people again, and a focus on becoming wiser, so that you aren't like unnecessarily tricked, but also learning how to be kind to yourself about the times that you have been tricked, because like learning to forgive yourself and learning to be kind about yourself in those situations, and learning that in situations like that, sometimes there was just nothing that we could have done, and there wasn't really any control or power we had over a situation or someone else's actions. And it's learning to accept those things. So yeah, that's pretty much it for 2023. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, and you'll have to let me know how the year goes. Thank you for watching.